Do you know what worrying sounds like? It sounds like a refrigerator humming in the middle of the night. Constant, low, always there. You stop noticing it after a while. You think it is normal. You think it is just how your mind works. But it is not normal, and it is not silence. It is a quiet buzzing that uses your energy without your permission. Many women live with this hum all day long. You worry about money while brushing your teeth. You worry about your children while driving to work. You worry about work while cooking dinner. You worry about dinner while lying in bed. And you worry about not sleeping while trying to sleep. The worry never finishes. It just moves from one topic to the next. Like a guest who will not leave. Like a song stuck on repeat. Like a wheel that keeps turning but never arrives anywhere. And the strangest part? Most of the things you worry about never happen. Research shows that nearly 85% of what we worry about never comes true. And of the 15% that does, most people say they handled it better than they expected. Which means almost all of your worry is wasted energy, wasted sleep, wasted peace, spent on problems that exist only in your imagination. Today, I want to help you see worry differently. Not as a flaw, not as something to fight, but as something to understand. Because when you understand why your mind worries, you can gently, slowly teach it to stop. Before we go deeper, I want to name something that many women feel but never say out loud. Worry feels productive. When you worry, you feel like you are doing something about the problem. You feel like you are preparing, planning, protecting. You feel like if you worry enough, you can prevent bad things from happening. But worry is not preparation. Preparation is making a plan. Worry is making the same fear play on repeat without ever pressing stop. Preparation asks, "What can I do?" and then does it. Worry asks, "What if?" and never stops asking. A woman who prepares takes one step. A woman who worries takes the same step 1,000 times in her head without ever moving her feet. Today, we are going to separate the two. And I am going to show you what worry really looks like when you see it clearly. Imagine a rocking chair, a beautiful wooden rocking chair on a porch. You sit in it, you push with your feet, and you rock, back and forth, back and forth. It feels like movement. Your body sways, the chair creaks, the wind touches your face. Everything feels like you are going somewhere. But when you stop rocking and stand up, where are you? In the exact same place. You spent 30 minutes rocking. Your legs worked, your body moved. You feel tired from the motion, but you did not travel a single step forward. That is what worry does to your mind. It gives you the feeling of progress, the feeling of working on the problem, the feeling that you are doing something. But when the worry stops, nothing has changed. The problem is still there, and you are more exhausted than when you started. Many women rock the chair for hours every day, in bed at night, on the bus in the morning, at their desk between meetings, rocking, 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 feeling busy, feeling productive, going absolutely nowhere. What if you got out of the chair? Not to fix the problem immediately, just to stop the rocking, to stand on solid ground, to feel your feet on the floor and say, "I was rocking, but I was not moving, and now I choose to be still." Stillness is not laziness. Stillness is what happens when you stop confusing motion with progress. Worry is a rocking chair. It gives you something to do. It feels like movement, but it does not take you anywhere. Get out of the chair, stand on solid ground. Stillness is not laziness. It is the first step toward peace. Now think about this. Imagine you are paying rent every month on a house, but you do not live in that house. You have never lived in it. You have never even visited it. The house is called What If, and it exists only in the future, a future that may never come. What if I lose my job? What if my child gets sick? What if my partner leaves? What if I make the wrong decision? What if people judge me? What if I fail? Each what if is a room in that house, and every time you worry about it, you are paying rent. You are spending your emotional money, your energy, your sleep, your peace on a house you do not even live in. Meanwhile, the house you actually live in, today, this moment, this real life right in front of you, is falling apart because you spent all your rent money on the imaginary one. Your real house needs your attention. Your real relationships need your presence. Your real body needs your rest. But you have been sending your best energy to a future address that may not even exist. What if you stopped paying rent on what if and invested that energy in what is? What is true right now? Right now, you are breathing. Right now, you are safe. Right now, the worst thing you imagined has not happened. And if it does, you will handle it then. Not now. Then. You are paying rent on a house you do not live in, a house called What If. Every worry is a payment to a future that may never arrive. Stop sending your energy there. Invest it in the house you actually live in, today, this moment, this breath. My friend, I want to pause here. If these words are making the hum a little quieter, I have a gentle favor to ask. Would you tap the subscribe button? Not for me, but because somewhere right now, a woman is rocking a chair at 3 a.m, paying rent on a house she will never live in. And your one small click might help her find these words. Thank you. Let's continue. Imagine a woman walking through a beautiful sunny park. The sky is blue. The birds are singing. The grass is green. The light is warm on her skin, but she is carrying an umbrella. A big, heavy umbrella, open above her head, blocking the sun. She cannot feel the warmth. She cannot see the full sky. Her arm is tired from holding it up, and she is not enjoying the walk because she is too busy protecting herself from rain that is not falling. Why is she carrying it? Just in case, she says. It might rain later. It might, but it is not raining now. And right now, the sun is shining, and she is missing it. This is what worry does. It makes you carry protection against problems that have not arrived. It makes you prepare for storms while standing in sunlight. It steals the present moment by focusing on a future threat. And the saddest part? When the rain actually comes, if it comes, you will find a way to handle it. You always have. You did not need the umbrella. You needed your own strength. And your strength has never failed you. So what if, just for today, you close the umbrella? What if you let the sun touch your face? What if you let yourself enjoy 1 hour without preparing for disaster? The rain might come tomorrow, but today is sunny, and you deserve to feel it. You are carrying an umbrella on a sunny day. Your arms are tired. You are missing the warmth. Close it, just for today. If the rain comes, you will handle it then. But right now, the sun is shining, and you deserve to feel it. My friend, I know what you are thinking. But hope, if I stop worrying, what if something bad happens and I am not prepared? I understand. I hear you. But let me ask you this. Has worrying ever actually prevented something bad from happening? Has lying awake at 3 a.m. ever stopped the problem from coming? No, it has only stolen your sleep, your peace, your joy, your presence with the people you love. You can prepare without worrying. You can plan without panicking. You can care without consuming yourself. Preparation is action. Worry is just fear wearing a mask of responsibility. Think about a dog chasing its tail, round and round and round, spinning in circles, fast, frantic, completely focused on catching the thing that is always just out of reach. The dog is working hard. The dog is using all its energy. The dog looks very, very busy. But it is never going to catch its tail, because the tail moves every time the dog moves. It is attached. It goes where the dog goes. The faster the dog spins, the faster the tail spins. There is no winning. Your worry is the tail. The faster you think, the more worries appear. The harder you try to solve them, the more they multiply. You chase one worry, and 2 more show up behind it. You solve that one, and 3 more are waiting. Because worry does not want to be solved. Worry wants to be chased. It feeds on your attention. The more you give it, the bigger it gets. The more you chase, the more there is to chase. The dog does not stop chasing because it caught the tail. It stops because it gets tired, lies down in the sun, and forgets about the tail entirely. That is your answer. Not solving every worry, not catching every what if, but lying down in the sun, getting bored of the chase, letting the tail be there without running after it. The tail is part of you. The worries are part of you, but you do not have to chase them. Your mind is a dog chasing its own tail, spinning, exhausting, never catching. The tail is always there, but you do not have to chase it. Lie down in the sun, let it be. The chase was never going to end anyway. One last picture. Imagine you are standing on a beach. The sand is warm under your feet. The sun is on your shoulders. The ocean is far away. The water is not even close to your toes, but you are holding your breath. Your chest is tight. Your face is turning red. Your body is tense. Your lungs are screaming for air. Why? Because you are afraid you might drown. Even though the water is 100 meters away, even though you are standing on dry, solid, warm ground. You are preparing for drowning while standing in sunlight, and the preparation is hurting you more than the drowning ever could. This is what worry does to your body. It creates a physical response to an imaginary danger. Your heart races, your muscles tighten, your sleep disappears, your stomach knots, all for something that is not happening. Your body does not know the difference between a real threat and an imagined one. When you worry, your body responds as if the danger is here, right now, in this room. But it is not. You are on dry land, the water is far away, and you are allowed to breathe. So breathe. Right now. Let your lungs fill. Let your chest expand. Let your body know what your mind has forgotten. You are safe. Right now, in this moment, on this dry, warm, solid ground. You are holding your breath on dry land. The water has not arrived. It may never arrive, but the holding is making you dizzy. Breathe. You are safe right now. That is the only moment that is real. So here is my gentle invitation for you. Tonight, try something simple. I call it the worry shelf. Before bed, imagine a shelf on the wall of your bedroom, high up, out of reach, and one by one, take your worries and place them on the shelf. The money worry I will put you on the shelf for tonight. The health worry, up you go. I will look at you tomorrow. The relationship worry, you can stay on the shelf until morning. You are not throwing them away. You are not pretending they do not exist. You are simply putting them somewhere else for the night, somewhere high, somewhere you cannot reach from your bed. And then you lie down with empty hands and you sleep. Not because the worries are gone, but because they are on the shelf, and the shelf can hold them for 8 hours while you rest. Tomorrow, if you need to, you can take them down again. But tonight, the shelf holds them, not you. We have walked a gentle road today, friend. We sat in a rocking chair and realized we were moving but going nowhere. Worry feels like progress, but it is just motion. Real progress happens when we stand up and stop rocking. We stopped paying rent on a house we do not live in, the house of what if. We chose to invest in the house we actually live in, today, this breath, this moment. We closed an umbrella on a sunny day. We let the warmth touch our face. We stopped preparing for rain that may never come and let ourselves enjoy the sun that is already here. We watched a dog chase its tail, and we chose to lie down in the sun instead. The tail is still there, but we are no longer spinning, and we breathed on dry land, where the water has not arrived, where our lungs are free, where we are safe. If you remember only one thing from today, let it be this. 85% of what you worry about will never happen, and the 15% that does, you will handle. You always have. So tonight, put the worries on the shelf, close the umbrella, stop the rocking chair, breathe, and trust the woman who has survived every single thing that has ever actually happened to her. Thank you for being here today, my friend. Thank you for choosing to spend this quiet time with me. Your presence in this cozy space means more than you know. If this episode gave you a moment of peace, I would love it if you tap like and subscribe to the channel, not for the numbers, but because every small click helps someone else find this quiet corner when they need it most. Take care of your heart tonight. Be gentle with your soul. I am so proud of you for being here. Goodbye for now, friend.